Good morning. Welcome, all Nintendo fans. This is Darth Spriggan coming to you by way of Darth Spriggan Media. And this is the Nintendo Daily Drop, your daily news of all Nintendo, everything Nintendo. So we're going to get started here in a few seconds. All right. So first thing we want to talk about today is Hollow Knight Silksong releases. So hopefully you guys have secured your copy and got your copy of Hollow Knight Silksong. This game is highly anticipated. A lot of people have just been going freaking nuts over this game, which it deserves every single bit of hype that it has gotten. But guess what? It crashed Steam. It has crashed the Nintendo eShop. That's how much high demand this game has had. I am so happy for the developers. I am so happy for all you guys out there that got this game. You finally got it. To me, it was almost like a ghost release because they just released the game, said they want to release the game a few weeks after they really gave the release date. So I just see a friend of mine on Steam right now. He just loaded the game. So I'm happy for all of you guys that picked up this game. So have a lot of fun today playing this game. I am still playing Chronos. I will be playing that today at 3 p.m. Pacific time all the way into the night. So just stay on the outlook for that. But I'm not playing Silksong yet. All right, in other news, let's go over all of the downloads and games that you can play today and this week for the Nintendo Switch. So here's the Nintendo download for September 4th. So today you got Hollow Knight Silksong, which we just briefly discussed that. You also have NBA 2K26 releases this week. So you get to get your My Player on. You get to go back into your My Career and have a bunch of fun. And support the Boston Celtics, please. Anyway, but NBA 2K comes out this week. So there we go. You also have Star Wars Outlaws Gold Edition coming out for $59.99 this week. And I actually showed, I just talked about yesterday, the trailer for that game. So, and like I said, I played it at PAX West. It runs pretty well. Also, Chronos, the New Dawn, the game that I'm exclusively playing this week. 2 games actually, but this is one of them. So if you could check out my live streams on all my platforms, I'm playing Chronos right now this week. And I'll also be playing Daemon X Machina, Titanic Scion. That will download for me tomorrow. Me and one of my boys will be playing through that game on co-op. So if you're looking for some co-op gaming or that game in general, stop by the live streams. You also got the Exit 8 Nintendo Switch 2 edition. So the Exit 8 is coming out this week as well. You also got a few other titles. I'll run through these real quick. Above Snake's Adventure of Samsara. You also have Brain Workout, Call of the Sea, Camper Van. Oh, you got a ton of hobby going on this for a long time. All right, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to scroll through this list real slow for you, and then if I see any notable games in here that I've been waiting for, I will bring them up. There's Everybody's Golf Hot Shots. If you're a big Hot Shots fan like I was back in the day. Fear Effect. I wonder if it has anything to do with the old Fear Effect game. I love that game on the PlayStation 1. See what else we got here. Nothing else that I see here that I've been looking for. But it's good to look to this list because you might have a game on here that you've been looking for. And it's finally coming out. All right. Oh, I thought that said Splatterhouse. That said Splatterbot. All right. What else we got here? Truck Simulator 2025, the Euro Driver. Zumba makes a return. If you Zumba Soccer or Marble League. Okay, whatever that is. But anyway, the highlighted titles are toward the top. I'm having a lot of fun with Chronos, and I can't wait to get a review out for this game once I finish beating it. Next, we have the Nintendo Switch 2 has an update today. So if you turn on your Switch 2, it will update to the latest firmware. I loaded up mine before coming on the Nintendo Daily Drop just to see a few things. And yes, the update did happen. So you got some some general like system stability improvements. They didn't go into detail, so hopefully your Nintendo Switch 2 runs a little bit better on certain games. Also, Shinobi Art of Vengeance is getting a resolution update on the Nintendo Switch 2. So I guess some players were complaining about this, and Sega saw it. And I guess when it's on the Switch, it doesn't look as good to some of these players. And one, fan here said that he played the demo and it looked really good. But I guess the official release doesn't look as good as it should. Sega has acknowledged that, and you have a update coming out here real soon. So keep an eye out for that update so it'll look better on your Nintendo Switch too. All right. Nintendo Switch Online's GBA app has been updated. And I did look at this. This is the reason why I turned on my Switch. It does now say Nintendo Classics here. Now on the GBA screen, and it also says it on the Nintendo 64 one as well. I loaded up both apps, and mainly because I wanted to see, did Forsaken 64 launch? It did, so you'll be able to play that, and you'll also be able to play on the GBA one, Magical Vacation, which was a game that was released in Japan. So if you've been a big fan of that series and you always wanted to see it, there you go. It's happening. So there's been some 1080p support for the Switch 2 on some games here. The Super NES app was updated as well. So a lot of these apps have been updated with better resolution and functionality in some of these games. So that's great news. So download all these updates on your Nintendo Switch 2 today. And finally, the last thing we need to talk about today is Square Enix's details on the Octopath Traveler Zero Switch 2 performance and resolution. So the game releases in December. If I'm not mistaken, it's December 4th. Let me double check that date for you. Yep, December 4th it releases. On the Nintendo Switch 2, it runs up to 60 frames per second, 1920 by 1080. The Nintendo Switch 1 will have 30 FPS, 1280 and 720. Now, with the Nintendo Switch 2 version, you get to download up to, I think it said 400 buildings. Let me just double check that for you. I did read that. Yeah, I think it's 400 buildings you'll be able to download and run on the Nintendo Switch 2. The Nintendo Switch 1, you'll be able to do 250 buildings when you actually play the game than when you do the building part of the game. So this game ran very well on the Nintendo Switch 1, and it's going to look even better and more amazing and crisp at 60 frames per second, 1920 by 1080 on the Switch 2. There isn't an upgrade path on this game. So if you buy the Nintendo Switch 2 version, you got the Nintendo Switch 2 version. You got the Nintendo Switch 1, you got the Nintendo Switch 1. So just make sure you buy the right version for the system that you are going to play it on. All right. That is all the great news we have for today in the world of Nintendo. If you like this daily update, please share, comment, and follow all the platforms. I really appreciate that. And that's all I have for now. Take care. Have a great day. I'll see you at 3 o'clock on some more horror action in Chronos. Darth, Spriggan, out.